Hello Bloomington, I'm Mayor Tim Busse, and this is the Council Minute for the week of November 15th. We had a lot to talk about this week, but what I wanted to do today was start with something from a meeting last week. A joint concurrent meeting between the Port Authority and the Bloomington City Council, and the topic of that meeting was Expo 2027. I talked a couple of weeks ago about the potential for Expo 2027 being here in Minnesota. The idea of having an expo in Minnesota, also known as a World's Fair, has been around since about 2012. And a couple of years after 2012, Bloomington realized the benefit of bringing an expo to the United States, to Minnesota, and potentially to Bloomington. Undeniably, there would be a huge benefit to our hospitality and tourism industries here in the city of Bloomington, but the real benefit would be the long-term economic development opportunities that would come with an expo. That's why the last 3 presidential administrations have supported an expo, and that's why so many people are excited about the possibility of bringing expo to Minnesota. So the talk about bringing expo to Minnesota really picked up steam over the summer, and last week the Port Authority and the City Council met in a meeting to discuss the acquisition of land to host expo here in Bloomington. 2 pieces of land, the adjoining lands just to the east of Mall of America and Spruce Shadows Farm. If you watched the meeting, you saw that the 2 boards met in both open session and in closed session. A quick side note, typically discussions about the purchase or acquisition of land is done in closed session. It includes purchase price and negotiation in terms of a deal. Logically, that type of thing is best done in a closed session. Ultimately, the boards passed resolutions directing staff to move forward with the purchase of the adjoining lands and to continue the conversations surrounding Spruce Shadows Farm. Now, an important side note regarding the sale of the adjoining lands. The adjoining lands are officially owned by the owners of Mall of America. We are going to require that any revenue they gain from the sale of that land has to be put toward the proposed water park at Mall of America. That will help move that project forward, and it will also ensure that public money spent on the adjoining lands purchase will stay in Bloomington for a Bloomington project. Now, I received a lot of questions about what a World Expo is or what a World's Fair is anymore in 2021. There is actually a World's Expo going on in Dubai. I encourage you, Google the Dubai World Expo. You'll find all kinds of great information, some outstanding and amazing images of what's going on there. Now, here in Minnesota, in Bloomington, we're talking about a World Expo on an entirely different scale, but Google it, get the information, you'll get a good idea of exactly what an expo is and what the benefits to the host country and the host community could be. Back in 2017, a group of community representatives and city staff developed a very specific energy action plan for the city of Bloomington. The City Council adopted that plan in 2018. The plan includes goals regarding energy use and transportation for the city of Bloomington, the 2 largest contributors to greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. The plan approved by the City Council in 2018 called for a reduction of 75% of greenhouse gases in the city of Bloomington by the year 2035. Now, over the past year, the City Council and the city have done some good things to try and meet that goal. We've passed 2 energy inspection programs designed to reduce greenhouse gases. We've done a lot of public outreach. We've worked closely with Xcel Energy and CenterPoint Energy on a variety of different energy-saving programs. But folks, we still have a lot of work to do. Bloomington is still not on track to meet our climate goals. On average, we need to be saving 5 times the amount of electricity and 2.5 times the amount of natural gas we've currently been saving each and every year. There are solutions, there are resources, but we all have to work together to do it. Our city staff and our Sustainability Commission are doing outstanding work. I want to thank them for their commitment to this important issue. And I want to remind everyone that we are all in this together. We're working together for this. And we're not working to save the planet. The planet is still going to be here. We're working to save you and I, our children and our grandchildren. And finally today, on Monday night, the City Council considered a request from the Minnesota Department of Transportation for municipal consent for the 494 project. Now, you've heard me talk about 494 before. It is a massive project to improve 494 between the airport and Highway 169. Municipal consent is basically what it sounds like. It's a state law that requires MnDOT to go to communities who are affected by major projects like the rebuild of a major freeway through a community like 494 and get input and feedback, and ultimately allows communities to give the thumbs up or the thumbs down on the improvements that are being made. MnDOT came to the City of Bloomington because the project will increase capacity and because there's right-of-way acquisition that needs to happen to make the project go. The Planning Commission and the City Council had reviewed this project at a number of different meetings. There was a great deal of public outreach, and ultimately, after a very good discussion on Monday night, the City Council approved municipal consent on a 7-0 vote. Now, there is still a ton of work to do, even before this project gets started in 2023. It will be a $400 million project that's going to take at least 3 years to complete. And I promise you, item number 1 on the to-do list for the City of Bloomington is to make sure that the traffic that is inconvenienced or possibly diverted off the freeway because of the construction doesn't jam up our local city streets. We're also looking at additional funding possibilities that are now available because of the infrastructure bill that passed Congress last week, and we're looking at ways to fully fund the vision of 494. That will do it for today's Council Minute. Thank you much for tuning in. I appreciate it and hope to see you again next week. Until then, stay safe, Bloomington.